Hello, chat. What? Welcome back to Ace Attorney. Hold on, I've forgotten something. This. There we go. Welcome back. Should get this out of my face. Welcome back to Ace Attorney. I'm sideways. How are you all doing today? I feel like I need to... Hold on. This camera can go way further that way. Goofy. There we go, that looks like it should be good. Okay, so... how are we all doing? Looking forward to Ace Attorney? I am mega hyped for this today, because hopefully we can get it done. Although, that's a big hopefully, and not a big likely. Even though you've paid no attention, that is fine. Paying attention doesn't matter. You'll... It makes no sense either way. Anyway, yeah, I was let out of the computer specifically so I could do this whole thing. Like this. Might need to raise my desk up a bit more. But also here. Oh, that... Pfft. Hold on. Oh, I forgot the camera's majorly zoomed in on that. Okay. Hold on. Baguette is both approaching and going to be shifting where the camera's pointing. There we go, that seems a bit better. There we go. That seems better. Oh shit, hold on, I forgot to have a badge on. There we go. I have forgotten to make an actual attorney's badge still, so I'm quite literally just using a name badge of myself that I own. Which the pin is completely fucked up. Anyway, here we go. Shit. Oh well, fuck it. Okay, something else I've forgotten, but it's too late, so we will just have to go with it. How do I do this? I think I've got to open the gate. Open. There we go. And we can also pause this fake menu music. Continue. Oh, shit, I have no idea how far back from where we were this was. Also, hang on. Hey dear. No, that was further back than where we are. That was from a different case. Open the gate? Yes. Okay, I hope this is the right place. Can't force an answer upon the witness now than perhaps. Okay, this is where we were. Hopefully. You would tell me, Fräulein Vera, that you received the stamp. Did we already find that out? I don't think we did. Is something wrong? Oh, fuck, I don't remember what my judge voice was. That is truly a tragedy. Okay. It was beautiful. Ah, you mean it was one of those commemorative stamps? Yes, I think it was. So you didn't know about the poison? No? So that job that we moved to the current studio. Shit, I don't remember the context for where we are in the case. Hang on, I'm actually just gonna check the VOD from the last time and see. Channel. This is what happens when it takes a month to get back to something. Okay, Ace Attorney Part 1, there we go. There's 2 samples in the envelope. Okay, so I pressed hold it on. Actually, yeah, I think this is exactly where we were when we finished. Okay, there we go. Yep. Oh. I guess we press her on this last thing as well then. You mean you moved to where the current Drew studio is? Yes. We saw very few people there. I began drawing picture books. This single job had tied them to the criminal underworld. Oh, hold on, I just gotta do something. I think Mr. Misham wished to reduce their visibility in the world at large. Okay, anyway, yes. This is where we were. When we had to meet someone for some reason, Father posed as the creator of the work. So that was the real essence of the artist, Drew Misham. You did the work and he supplied the face. So you really didn't know anything, did you? You had no idea how much danger you were in. What the fuck's that meant to mean? Apparently not. About this commemorative stamp then. Could you tell us more about it? It was very pretty, and more than that, yes, it was a picture of people I liked at the time. Who was it? Don't you dare. What are you doing, Clavia? Apparently we've got some cross-examination yet ahead of us. If you would be so kind as to continue your testimony, Fräulein. What does that mean? The stamp was a picture of my favourite magicians. Oh? Your favourite magicians? Who would that be then? Wouldn't happen to be the troupe Gramarye, would it? I love mysterious things. I always have. Even though she fainted when she saw Mr. Hat. You're confusing mysterious with freaky, Trucy. Father took me when I was very young. It was a great magic show. I loved it so much. See? Isn't magic great? Yeah, fine, great, yeah, sure, but you don't get excited about it. A person died here, Trucy, take this seriously. But the magic troupe we saw disbanded soon after. Still don't know what that picture means. I was quite sad. Did she just say what I think she said? Magic troupe? Now wherever... Oh my god, Apollo. I've not played the game in a month and I even remember what she's talking about. The red envelope came after she finished her first job. That makes it a letter from her client, whoever wanted the forgery made. Apollo! We're close. We just have to piece together the parts. A deadly weapon in a red envelope. And the path it took to take Drew Misham's life. Wait, so we've reached the end. Everything, hold on. Gotcha. Actually, the stamp. Yeah, I feel like it's this new bit of testimony that matters. Can I present anything here? Hang on, we have... I'm just going to save and then see. No, it's not contradiction, I just want to say... I just want to know why... I just want to know who the magicians were. Hang on, can I check this? No, I'd need the stamp. Do we not have the... I'm sorry, why is the actual stamp not in the court record? There we go, it was the ticket. Those magicians you liked. Was it these ones? I can't do a proper objection because I need to press a button on my keyboard as well. There we go, that's progress. Apollo, they're not a bunch. I see. Still, I have to wonder. Why include a commemorative stamp like that in a business letter? Good question, Judge. Well, pretty sure stamps are always better, and you can't beat Troupe Gramarye. But the whole murder plan was a failure because of it. Ironic, don't you think? Prosecutor Gavin? Prosecutor? Gramarye. What's with him? Might I ask just one question of this witness? In your testimony just now, you stated this was your first work that was other than a painting. Please tell me, what exactly did you make? Nein, answer the question, now. Prosecutor Gavin. You're usually not the one whose volume concerns me. Yeah, it is unbecoming of me. I apologize. But I must know, please. Miss Misham, tell me. It was a book. A single page in a book. Ein Buch. Please be more specific. It was a handwritten book, like a diary. He's remembering. He's remembering. He knows. No, I don't. No. What's happening? He's remembering the case from 7 years ago. I think. What's wrong with Prosecutor Gavin? He looks like he just saw a ghost. Miss Misham, this book. Was there a picture of a silk hat on the back cover? Yeah or nine? How did you know? Prosecutor Gavin, defendant is answering all of your questions. Stop badgering her. Oh fuck, there you go. He's told you nothing, has he? Your soiled, sullied mentor. Nothing. Sullied? Who? Phoenix Wright. Who else? I've completely lost the fucking accent for Clavier. He never told you about the trial 7 years ago. About how he came to lose his attorney's badge. It was a certain piece of evidence that decided his fate, you know. A certain diary. On the back it bore the mark of the silk hat. What? Phoenix Wright tossed out of the profession by false evidence. Okay, we knew that already. And the forger who made that evidence is this girl standing... Had you not pieced that together yet? Vera, you must tell us. The evidence you made was used in a trial 7 years ago. Who asked Drew Misham to forge that evidence? For all of our sakes, who was it? We only met once. You met the client? Well, who was it? It was... What's going on with Vera? She's staring at Prosecutor Gavin's face again. Yeah, that. Is there something about me? I remember clearly. I remember who gave me the book, the diary. Who was it? Ah. Well, she seems a bit dead, doesn't she? Everyone fucking left. Defendant Vera Misham. Condition, unconscious. Examiner's diagnosis, acute trochonin. She was poisoned too? When? Well, it would have had to have been like 15 minutes ago. This ends the recording of the trial for the murder of Drew Misham. Vera Misham was, during the trial, poisoned by an unknown assailant. The dosage was just under the lethal amount, sparing the defendant's life. She is currently in intensive care and is not to be disturbed for any reason. A very simple case, at first glance, until it finally began to show its true colours. The long road to the truth takes us to the record of another trial. In some ways, that was the starting point of it all. Oh my god. Ooh. Look at young Clavier. To find the whole truth. To be continued. Okay. Yes, I will save. Showdown time. Oh yeah, it's this. The card game. I lost. It's only a game of poker. A game I've played for a long time, and only lost twice. Who was the first? The man I killed, of course. Well, it seems I found the partner I've been looking for all along. Over a game of cards? Why yes, over a game of cards. That was how we first met. 7 years ago. 7 years earlier, Phoenix Wright's final trial. April 19th, 9:27 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Whew, okay, it's been a long time since... Okay, hold on, I do just need to have a quick intermission for myself here. And you will find out why once it's over. And I'm returned, obviously, for the flashback to playing as Phoenix. I've had to change outfit. I feel like this is meant to have another button on it. But no, yeah, I'm Phoenix now. And my tie's all fucked up. Be central, bitch. Anyway, yep. Back to the game. Been a long time since I felt like such a rookie. Got to try and relax. Ah, good morning, Mr. Enigma. I'm sorry to I accidentally clicked through. I received the files from your previous attorney only yesterday. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure I'm prepared. Phoenix, you're never prepared, but you still managed to find someone guilty. I understand I'm asking the impossible of you. Wait, no, that's my client. I understand I'm asking the impossible of you. Yes, well, you haven't really told me what happened yet. No one ever does. All we did was play cards. And that was enough. Actually, it wasn't. Trust me. Oh, look, it's Trucy. Oh, I'm so glad you came. Why is... You okay, Daddy? They picking on you? Ha 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 ha. I'm fine, as always. This old boy is here to help me after all. That's young man to you. Good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on. Thanks, my first show today after all. Oh, I'm sure it is. What the heck is she talking about? Oh, huh? Me? Look what he started. Here. It seems fate will make me wait a little longer. At least only less than 10 swift minutes remain till blah blah blah. Okay, that's a lot of words. Too bad. I'm not reading them. Oh shit. Okay, there shouldn't be a glass there. What's this? I don't know. I just got it. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. They said it was really important. What's this? A memo for you or some such? Not from the looks of it. What is it? It looks like a page from someone's diary. I'll give it a read later. Notebook page added to the court record. Okay, we already have a court record. Well, how do you feel about the trial today? I feel like I need to look at the court record. Pardon me. So, what do we have? We obviously have our attorney's badge. Crime photo, let's have a look at it. It's some old man. I am guessing it was the Grimari's father, probably. And we have one more piece of evidence. The autopsy report, yep, of Zach and... oh my god, I forgot his name. Yeah, it's the Magnifico Grimari, malignant tumor, loss of blood from birth. Okay, he was shot, but he also had cancer, did it say? Yeah, he had cancer, so he was in hospital, but someone shot him while he was in hospital. Well, how do you feel about that? I already said that. We'll get through it, somehow. Incidentally, the prosecutor today is a new guy I hear. Ah, an easy win then, yes? They're calling him a true thoroughbred in the history of the prosecutor's office. Of course, there's one of those every year. The switching of attorneys just before the trial. I know it is a difficult situation to put you in, but allow me to say one thing, Mr. Wright. Yes? They will not be able to pronounce me guilty today, so do your best, but do not worry. First time a defendant's ever given me a pep speech. I'll do what I can. Ha ha ha! I see you do not understand. You see, it will be impossible for them to declare a verdict. I'm going to kill the judge. Client, no! Impossible. Yes. Isn't that right, Trucy? Yep, you bet, Daddy. My first look at the case was only yesterday, and the information I was given is a tad bit lacking, to be honest. Still, I'll do what I can for their sakes. I believe the curtains will be lifting any time now. Oh god, I just realised I've given him my Von Karma voice from when I was doing it on Keo streams. I am in your capable hands, Mr. Wright. My client is Shady Enigma. Hang on. Hang on. Wasn't... Hang on. Who was the victim in the first case of this game? I swear to god that was his name. Poor Justice Case 1. Who's the victim in this case? Okay, just see crime. The crime, there we go. Oh no, the victim's name in that was Shady Smith. But he does look kind of similar. So if you're going to come back into society, then to change your name, change your first name as well as your last name. Known to the world as Zach Grimari, a widely popular magician, star of Troop Grimari. His mentor, Magnifi Grimari, was a rare breed of magician. He single-handedly ushered in a golden age of stage magic until he was shot dead. And Zach Grimari is the suspect. April 19th, 10 AM, District Court, Courtroom number 7. Court is now in session for the trial of Shady and Nigmar. The defense is ready, Your Honor. I don't think that's appropriate to wear to court. Clavia. Is the prosecution ready? I was just thinking. Is this what all the fuss is about? A bit of a buzzkill, really. Buzzkill? Buzzkill? Is this some new kind of For fuck's sake, Judge. One of the worst. This is a trial, yeah? Where are the sweaty palms, the pounding hearts? Clavia, it hasn't even started yet. A governor's constant got 10 times this. You haven't even started the governors yet, because you already said you started the band after you were a prosecutor. And this is your... Clavia, you've just made up a band and you're pretending they're more popular than court. Who are you again? Clavia Gavin. I came to get the party started, legally, yeah? Gavin, defense attorney Christoph Gavin's... Figures my brother's more famous in this part of town. Clavia Gavin. Lead singer for the mega hit band The Gaviners. Okay, now everyone thinks they're a real band already. You're out of your league, rock boy. I know what you're thinking. You're out of your league, rock boy. True, my debut single 13 years, Hard Times with Love, went platinum overnight. But that's just a hobby to me compared to this, yeah? Talkative, aren't you? Like your affected Euro rock accent, by the way. I'm just getting warmed up, Herr Attorney Wright. Perhaps you would be so kind as to fill us in on the case. Achtung, baby. I'm sorry. Achtung, baby. Time to call on the opening act. What was his name again? Ah, yeah. Detective Gumshoe. Hit it. Oh, look who it is. And you are? Hey, you were the one who called me up here, pal. Name's Dick Gumshoe. I'm a homicidal detective. No, I'm a homicide detective. He's not a homicidal detective. He doesn't do the killing, I hope. Down at the precinct. Detective Gumshoe. Long time no see. Hey, you. Huh? Me? Today's the day, pal. Today I win and you lose. I got confidence in my testimony today, see? What? You normally lack confidence in your testimony. Herr Detective, this is my stage. Kansy antics. Huh? Or this hey youing and such. And I could not care less about your history together. No, he says he could care less. Thank you for caring a little bit at least, Clavia. Ark? Very well, Detective Gumshoe, if you would. Please tell us about the case at hand. It happened 6 days ago, in a room at the General Hospital. The facts are as simple as they come. Here's the crime scene. The victim was a patient, asleep in a hospital bed. The killer comes in, puts a pistol to his forehead, and bam, lights out. Them's the facts. Not so long ago, the victim, Magnifico Mari, was a famous man. He had the entire country under his magical spell, as it were. Ah, yeah. Ah, yes, he's a great magician. He retired years ago, though. Say the name Magnifico to one of my generation, and you'll be lucky to get a blank stare. Yes, well, I'm sure the youngsters today know his disciples even better. I dare say Troop Kamari has made quite a name for themselves. Anyhow, the retired Magnifi's been in the hospital for the last year. What was it? A malignant tumor, comes she. Doing something to his liver, I think. Yeah. A malignant tumor, perhaps? In other words, he had liver cancer. Thank you for clarifying, Clavier. He had only 3 months left to live, in fact. Magnifi's chart added to the court record. Oh, I'm just gonna check that. Okay, yeah, he was... The facts do seem simple enough. But something is not right. The victim is already climbing a 3-month stairway to heaven. Why not wait for him to knock on heaven's door if I shoot him? I wouldn't have put it quite so lyrically, but it's true. Why make the effort to commit murder when the victim was about to die? Incidentally, the victim had a serious case of diabetes. Diabetes? In fact, he was about to shoot up his insulin when he was shot with a pistol. The syringe was found at the crime scene. Chronic diabetes and cancer. As much as it pains me to say it, the victim was clearly at the end of his life. Why was this not all submitted as evidence beforehand? I believe the question before us is clear then. I always hated getting shots. I guess Magnifi was giving himself the insulin shots. There's no way I could do that. Wait, if Magnifi used this to inject his insulin, why are there no traces of it having been used? Something to keep in mind. Didn't they say he was shot just before he was going to use it? You fucking idiot, Phoenix. Why did the killer have to shoot this dying man? What reason could he have had? Very well, detective. Perhaps you can enlighten us as to the circumstances of this shooting. Actually, the victim kind of ordered the defendant to do it. The victim ordered the defendant to shoot him. A few days before it happened, the victim sent a letter ordering his own murder. The defendant did what was asked of him and shot the old man in the forehead. The bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene, no doubt about it. And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir. What? You're saying the victim ordered his own shooting? Those are the facts. I have here this letter in question. To my beloved student Zach. To you I entrust the task of... But I didn't see that enough. I would like to read this. Very unusual indeed. My beloved student Zach, to you I entrust the task of lowering my life. Kite, hello, welcome. Welcome to Anime Court. Okay, I can't read that properly, but I get the gist of it. I just realised I fucking forgot to edit the tags on my stream. What am I up to? I am in court right now. Well, we've not really started the case yet. I believe I'm trying to prove that a client of mine didn't shoot his own father. And as usual, the evidence looks like he very much did. I believe the answer to that question can be found at the end of the letter. Ah, you cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. It's also a flashback, yes. But Phoenix doesn't realise that. Detective Gumshoe, can you explain this to the court? Unfortunately, no. I don't have a proper Gumshoe voice, I'm not sure. Unfortunately, even the defendant won't say a peep about that bit, sir. One thing bothers me about this. Why didn't he just say 11? Why have him come at 11:05 without some specific reason? The devil is in the details, Herr Attorney. Well, was there some reason? As it turns out, there was. Every night for a half hour, starting at 11, the victim, Magnifica Mari, was given an IV. An IV? There it is in the picture off to the side of the bed. At 11, a doctor would come to set up the IV. 30 minutes later, he would come back for the empty bag. This happened every night without fail. I was reading in the complete wrong voice there. It was Clavier and I didn't see. I thought it was still the judge talking. So that was the only time when they could meet without the chance of an untimely interruption. During his IV. Very well, shall we begin? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination if you would. What's this reason he couldn't refuse, I wonder? He could have at least mentioned it to me. The circumstances. Gumshoe gave like one line. Yeah. Oh no, he did give a few things to say. Just because he got the letter doesn't mean he went through with it. I mean, it kind of looks like he went through with it. I disagree. The victim was indeed shot in the forehead at the time stated. Hang on, just as he had commanded. Could be a setup, but let's not be in such a hurry. Maybe we should let the witness talk for a change. Thanks, pal. Fine, I can play it slow as well if I can play it slow as well as I can play it fast. On with the testimony, detective. Hold on. I just want to check something in the court record. Autopsy report. Okay, now that time of death aligns. And this letter was sent to the sent by the victim. There it is. Gotcha. You're all mine this time, pal. Huh? I had the handwriting checked out, of course. It's the victim's, no mistake. Ah, I see. Ha! Score one for the boys. I didn't lose, I was just ascertaining the facts. So why am I so annoyed? But a letter ordering your own death? Things aren't what they used to be, I guess. I'm not sure this is exactly commonplace even now, Your Honor. So anyway, guess I'll keep going while I'm ahead. You're not ahead, we're simply trying to find the truth, Gumshoe. The defendant did what was asked of him and shot his old man in the forehead. How can you be so sure? Also, why has the pistol not been submitted into evidence? Hey, you gotta learn to stop relying on people to do your thinking for you, pal. Learn to think for yourself. Get that noggin cranking. You fail to grasp the concept of questioning. Yeah, like... Gumshoe, how long have you been testifying in this courtroom to me? First, we got this letter. It says, shoot in the forehead, loud and clear. I can see that, but I still wouldn't do it. Well, maybe you need to grow yourself a backbone, pal. Yeah, detective, someone was murdered here. Please, not the time. We also found the defendant's pistol at the scene. Traces of gunpowder residue, so it shows that it had been fired recently. Well, Mr. Wright, as far as I can tell from looking at this photo, there seems to be no issue with the prosecution's claim. The photo. Maybe there's something in there I can use. So they're saying the defendant shot the victim in the forehead? And there's a hole in the prosecution's argument. Hang on. I have absolutely no idea where Phoenix is going with this. Can't even see the picture properly. Didn't pull the trigger? People don't normally commit murder just because their teacher told them to. Which means the defendant didn't fire that pistol. Is this your position then? Well, yeah, this is the sort of occasion when my brother would present some evidence. There's some evidence, something proving it wasn't the defendant who shot the old man. Okay, he shot something else. Hang on, was there a bullet hole in that clown over there? Looking at this photo, another possibility occurs to me. Yes? What does the letter tell us? That the defendant had a reason he couldn't refuse his teacher's wishes. Bingo, pal. That's why the defendant popped him one in the forehead. Oh, the defense disagrees. You see, the defendant had another choice he could make. That, and you can prove that with this photo? I can prove he had a choice, yes. The defendant might have fired like he was ordered, but he didn't shoot the victim's forehead. Well, let's hear what you're thinking, Mr. Wright. If he didn't shoot the victim's forehead, what did the defendant shoot? Oh, hold on, there's something there. I don't know what's going on with that thing. I don't know. It looks like some sort of clown, but I can't figure out which way up the face is meant to go. You know what, let's try that thing there. That looks like a bullet hole. Ah, I see. Which is to say, I have no idea what you're talking about, Prosecutor Gavin? The defendant had a choice other than shooting the victim in the forehead. Perhaps I might suggest one. He could have shot this attorney in the forehead. Well, I see. Which is to say, I still don't see. Still, when I'm in doubt, give a penalty, I always say. Okay, it was not that. Oh shoot, wrong one. F9. Maybe it was this thing. That looks like it's been shot. The clown doll? Take a closer look, see? It's been shot in the forehead too. Ah, there's a hole in its forehead. Yes, and a hole in the prosecution's claims. Pardon me. Ha, and I suppose you have fucking hell I accidentally clicked off it. He didn't just shoot the doll. He shot the doll's forehead. His forehead? Ah. Let's read the orders once more, shall we? He will shoot one shot square in the forehead. Which is exactly what he did. He shot the clown doll square in the forehead. I think I'm going into a German accent for Phoenix 2, which is not what I want to do. He shot the clown doll square in the forehead. Fuck it, that's good enough. The defense has raised an intriguing possibility. That hole in the clown's forehead? It definitely looks like it was shot. Well, I've sent someone to investigate this matter. I admit, I'm impressed, but I expected nothing less. Still, this doesn't mean he didn't shoot the victim. Perhaps he did have to shoot a forehead, as ordered. But the letter says nothing about whose forehead. This was the only way he had to follow his orders without taking a life. I've gone into German again. The bullet hole in the clown doll's forehead does demand an explanation. It might very well be a clue, yet Prosecutor Gavin's right. It alone does not prove the defendant's innocence. That's why we need something added to the court record, so that I can then use it as evidence. You cannot say for sure the defendant didn't shoot the victim. So sorry, Mr. Wright. How sad it is to see the mighty fall. How sad it is to see the novice's overconfidence. He doesn't realize just how big this little hole is going to get. Detective Gumshoe, please take this newfound fact into account as you continue your testimony. Sorry, my chair's just fucking broken. There we go. So what if you shot the clown? You still shot the victim, pal. So let me get this straight. You're saying my client first shot the clown, then shot the victim? Hey, not a bad summary, pal. More of a confirmation than a summary, but whatever. That was really more of a confirmation than a summary. But our defense attorney seems pleased enough with himself. Do these people ever miss a chance to mock me? Well, now that Mr. Wright's gotten that out of his system, shall we continue with his testimony? I didn't have time to go. That's me, my only source of information. I'll just let it carefully. Ordering his own man. Ask what was. Did I press this already? You mean this pistol? The one in the crime scene photo? That's the one. It's a funny looking gun, so there's no mistaking it. If he compares the bullet taken from the victim's skull with the bullet fired from this gun, the rifling marks on the bullets for a perfect match. So you verify the murder weapon, in other words? Yes. You bet we did. Okay, we didn't do that. Pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir. Why are you so certain? What pile of sand has your head been stuck in all this time, pal? You never heard of Zack and Valent's quick draw shooting? Huh, what's that? One of the defendant's specialties. What's that? Zack and Valent stand on either side of a girl, then they shoot. But the bullets don't hit her. Instead, they hit everything else on the stage. This is one of those pistols they use in their show. Got a great design, huh? The kids love it. Many boys and girls join the police because of that pistol, I hear. Why? Now it's running all about the police. Ooh. Drew Misham stopped doing that act a while ago. The old man held on to that pistol ever since. The court would like to see the pistol in question. You got it, sir. Here she is. Well, this is truly a blast from the past. It's a stage pistol for magic shows, see? But it can fire real bullets. It looks so much bigger in real life than on TV. Yeah, but it can only hold one round. By the way, the pistol's firing chamber's empty. And it shows traces of having been fired recently. So are there any fingerprints found on the gun? Unfortunately not. Of course, the defendant is known for wearing gloves. We might say that a lack of fingerprints is in fact a fingerprint of its own. Aha, intriguing point. Well made. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not well made, not intriguing. In any case, the court accepts this evidence. Stage pistol. My grandchild will get a kick out of seeing this. But now it's time to return to our testimony. Okay, now I have no idea what to do because I've pressed everything. Hang on. He could have only shot one of the things because the pistol only has one round. The trickiest cases often seem the simplest. Prosecutor Gavin, you missed the bullet hole in the clown's forehead. If you hadn't missed that, you might have come to a very different conclusion. Understand? Yeah, but like I just said, pal, after he shot the clown in the forehead, he went and... No. Did nothing of the sort to the victim. The pistol proves he could not. The murder weapon? How? It's quite simple, Your Honor. This pistol only holds one bullet at a time. Ah. If he'd shot the clown in the forehead, he couldn't have shot the victim too. Yarg. That's not a contradiction, not even close. All he had to do was reload the pistol after the first shot. Oh? Where did he get the extra bullet? They're not so easy to come by, you know. If you claim the defendant had one ready, then prove to us how he got it. Ugh. Yeah. I had a feeling this wasn't over yet. Man, this party's just getting started. And I haven't proven anything yet beyond my good looks and startling record sales. Yeah, and utter lack of humility, yeah. Ah, what's this? It seems that the prosecution has another witness prepared. Like I said, Head Detective was just the form of act. Ugh. For my decisive witness, of course. A witness who, you will find, can prove one thing for us. That it was Zach Gamari who shot the victim in the forehead. Good, that is kind of the whole thing we're trying to prove happened or not. Very well. We will pause for a 15-minute recess. This might be my lucky break. I'll need that 15 minutes to talk to my client, Zach. Court is adjourned. Yeah, I'll save. I will also take a short recess. I'll see you in a few minutes. The defence has returned. What's a bad idea? We've been going already. An hour? Okay. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. I have nothing to say, I expected nothing less. We've only just begun. I was hoping you could tell me a bit more about what happened, actually. I did not think you would believe me if I told you. Ah, fucking hell, people. Really? Better that you discovered the truth for yourself. I was thinking of you, you know. I think we need less thinking and more talking. That night at the hospital, what really happened? Ah, the way your eyes gleam, Mr. Wright. You scared Lucy. Speaking of which, where is she? You've seen the problem yourself. One shot in the forehead. One, right? Yes, and the reason he speaks of. I could not deny my mentor's wishes, even if it meant my own death. Why not? This is something I will not say, for now at least. What's this for now business? I've done many things in my life, some well, some poorly. But this is a cross. This is a cross we must bear alone to our graves. We? You wanted to know about the night of the incident? Finally, this guy sure likes to take his time getting to the important stuff. Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time, and found there upon his bed table 2 pistols. 2? Yes, the one I had used on stage, and the one that had been used by my partner, Valent. Oh, for the Zack and Valent quick draw thing. My mentor had the look of one sleeping. I stood by his bedside, hearing only the light sound of his breathing. Then I took the pistol into my hand. Sorry, this suit's too small for me. I could not deny that my resolve faltered then, for a moment. You faltered? You mean you thought about shooting him? I recall there was a reason I could not refuse his request. His last such request, though not his first. So there were other requests you couldn't refuse before? To be honest, I've not always been steadfast, and if I brought pain upon Susi, was Magnifique coercing his disciples somehow? I don't like the fact that they're called that he's calling them his disciples. Just what was going on in Troop Gamari. Yet in the end, I did not shoot him. Instead, I turned and shot the clown. Took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket. In your pocket? I believe if you examine the bullet in the clown's head, you'll find it to be different than the one in my mentor. What were those called? Rifling marks? Yes, well, that is all I have to tell you concerning the case. Why can't you tell me why you couldn't refuse the offer? Concerning the case? You mean there's something else you can tell me? Ah ha ha. You are a fascinating man, Mr. Wright. Thanks? Yes, there is something. My mentor, his eyes opened. What? Magnifique Grimari? The old devil. He was not asleep, you see. Of course, the gunshot would have woken him anyway. And there we had our last discussion as mentor and pupil. It was not a long discussion, maybe 5-10 minutes or so. What did you talk about? Ah, Mr. Wright, did I not just tell you? No, you didn't. It does not concern this case. Yes, it does. Everything that happened between you and the victim on the day of the murder is important to the case. Mr. Wright, your presence is requested in the courtroom. Once again, I am in your hands. Right, let's get back in there. Oh, I have an inside pocket. Nice. It's very small though. Oh, I have another. Blimey, I have inside pockets. That's pretty cool. My god. Okay. Court is now back in session. During our recess, a bullet was found in it and dug out from the clown's head. Well, this is news. And the rifling marks? There wasn't time to do a detailed analysis, but I did find the weapon type matches the murder weapon. Well, that's not very conclusive, is it? Which is why I'm about to call my very decisive witness. Your decisive witness? How many times have I heard those words? They often turn out to be far less decisive than you think. Oh, don't worry on my account. I'm quite confident this witness will do the job. After all, he is intimately acquainted with the players in our little production. Being the other half of... yeah, it's Valent. Valent Grimari? So we get to meet the great Magnifique's other disciple. Perhaps we'll start by asking your name and occupation. Valent Grimari, magician. And you're the decisive witness, are you? You can prove your fellow student, your partner's guilt? Fate, the grand illusion, filled with traps and tricks. Wait, the shooting took place in the hospital after 11 o'clock at night. If you're a witness, does that mean you were there that late? If one were to deduce this logically, the conclusion is... yes! Okay. I always get the characters, don't I? I have an interesting fact for you, you see. Several days before the crime, my witness received this. Well, that looks very familiar. Wait. That's the same letter Zach Grimari received. Yes, or perhaps I should say, ta-da! Order, 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 what does it say? Surely not the same thing. Perhaps you should see for yourself. My beloved student Valent. Why, it's practically the same. The court accepts this into evidence. Okay, so he left out 2 pistols, sent both of the boys a message requesting the murder. He left out both pistols because he knew one of them would just shoot the clown instead. This is most unusual. Exactly what was going on with you folks? Exactly what was your troop Grimari up to? By which you mean? Having trouble envisioning a man who would ask his students to kill him. Both of them, no less. It's just my opinion here, Judge. But from these letters, I'd say he was coercing them, not asking them. We've walked the magician's path together, and in doing so shared much of our lives. When people are so close, there is strain. A warping of relations, you might say. Yet this has nothing to do with the case at hand. Yes, it probably fucking does. It always has some connection to the case. Which makes me wonder even more about this reason why they couldn't refuse. Well, let's get on with the testimony for starters. The defendant stands accused. Tell us why. I'll do more than that. For where he walks, the red roses... fucking hell, stop being poetic. Fascinating. But I hardly need to remind you that the evidence could just as clearly point to you as the suspect. The letter, the murder weapon, and now the 2 bullets found at the scene. In fact, the only difference seems to be the designated times. As every magician knows, timing is everything. Yeah. And now it's time to get this party fired up. The night of the crime. That night I visited the hospital room at the time Magnifique requested. That smell of gunpowder hung in the room, and my mentor... Don't imagine my virtue might have received the same instructions, yet a deal with the dead is still a deal. Death's sweet kiss I gave to the clown. Then I informed the doctor and the police. They both claim to have shot the clown. So you were the one who reported the crime? Indeed. I would think This fact alone would clear my name of suspicion. No. Self-reporting is not that unusual. Let's not jump to any conclusions. Yes, the cross-examination generally comes before the conclusions in this court. But if your testimony proves to be true, then the defendant, Sakumari, is guilty. And if it wasn't Sakumari, then the killer was you. And no disappearing act will get you out of that. That night I visited the hospital room at the time Magnifi requested, which according to the letter was 11:20 PM. Indeed, magic timing is everything, yada yada yada, right. Consider the illusion of teleportation. Now that you've revealed the various secrets of your magic for us all, let's move on. You've entered his designated time, and what did you see? The smell of gunpowder hung in him, and Minter had taken his final bow. You mean he was dead? So you weren't worried for your own safety at all? I mean, you smelled gunpowder, yes? What if the shooter was still nearby? I did not consider this, to be honest. It's forbidden for a magician to have a good imagination. Isn't magic all about illusions? How about this? You were the shooter, which is why you weren't afraid. Now you're the one imagining. It's forbidden for a lawyer to have a good imagination. No, it really isn't. The witness will refrain from pausing so suspiciously before responding. My forbidden imagination is starting to imagine things. Brings us back to this reason. Neither of you could refuse. So it does. And my partner, he did not refuse. But I never wrote the same thing to you. Why could you refuse if that couldn't? Because I have a will of steel, of course. I also do this trick where I bend steel bars, so perhaps steel isn't also strong. So which is it? Mind if I continue? Yes, please do. A deal with the dead is still a deal. Death's sweet kiss I gave to the clown. There were 2 bullet holes in the scene, one in the victim and one in the clown. You're saying the one who shot the clown was you? No doubt my partner Zach said much the same thing. Yeah, because whoever didn't shoot the clown committed murder. I'd better dig around to hear a bit more to see what turns up. But about, let me ask about something else concerning the crime scene. Namely, shift. I'm just gonna save the location of the pistols. No, that's not what I meant to ask. I wanted to ask the number of pistols. How many pistols were there when you entered the room? By which you mean what precisely? How many pistols were there in the room? 2 pistols were used in the quick draw shooting, correct? You are well informed, yet only one of my old friends sat in the hospital room that night. What did Zach tell me back in the lobby? Well, no, we already know which order they arrived in. Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. Oh shit, hold on. Yeah, we don't need flashback, this was like a couple minutes ago. See no problem with that statement, only 1 pistol is visible in the photograph at the time of the crimes. So you picked up that pistol and fired it? Indeed I did. Hang on, that's the one that shot the father. So, if you shot that pistol, you're the murderer. Is the number of pistols really so important? Not important, I need a different question. Because if he's claiming the pistol that was left there is the one he shot, that means he would have had to have shot his dad. Or Mentor, sorry. They're not actually related, I don't think. Very well, the witness may continue his testimony. What can I do? But obey. The bullet in the pistol. In order to shoot a pistol, you need a bullet. Where was the bullet? I entered the room and took the pistol in my hand. Battery was already loaded, ready to fire at any time. Magician is always prepared, you see? Prepared for... Sorry, I'm sitting down, my legs are hurting. One never knows when a miracle will be called for. A magician always has 7 doves in his pocket and a white rabbit up each sleeve. That must be difficult to walk around with. Clearly we're dealing with professionals here. Is this bullet that was loaded in the pistol really important? No, it's not. Actually, I think the number of pistols is the important one. Very well. Number of pistols, there we go. I think this is actually useful. I need to get it added to the testimony so I can... Yes, it's quite important. Please add it to the testimony so I can press it and object to it. Please add this detail to your testimony. What can I do but obey? Only one pistol was in the hospital that night. With this I shot the clown. According to the defendant, when he entered the room, there were 2 pistols on the table. 2? One of those pistols he used to shoot the clown in the forehead. Then he left with it in his pocket. Of course, as this is what he would say. Unlike the hapless clown, we must assume our defendant has some brains in his head. Oof. Well, what about what Mr. Valent has told us? You see, there's something about his testimony that doesn't make sense. What might that be? I told you I took the pistol that was there and shot the clown. That's your story, at least. Oh shit, I've not been keeping track of perjury. There hasn't been any so far, but I think he's about to have committed it. What Prosecutor Gavin told us. And I don't think Vera lied at all before the flashback, and he hasn't lied yet about anything. Neither did Gumshoe. Be compared to taking skull, yeah, we know. Ah. Mr. Valent, if you fired this pistol, then you shot the victim in the forehead. Order, order. Well, this is all rather sudden. Yeah, what have I done? Okay, this is becoming 3. Prosecutor Gavin? I was of course an apology. Sorry. Sorry for what? You see, I was unaware that 2 of these unique pistols were crafted. The United States rifle marks only proves the type of guns that fired them. But that's not what you told us before. You said you'd verified the murder weapon. Which is why I'm apologizing to you now. Quite sincerely, I might add. Would you hold me accountable for a mistake made in my youth? That was just this morning. I am still young. And I might add, it wasn't really my fault. If the defendant had only admitted he took 1 pistol from the scene of the crime, we would not be having this pleasant discussion now. Well, Grimari? Yes, Your Honour. You were presented to this court as a decisive witness, but you've proven to be more divisive than decisive. You'll see in time. The testimony so far has merely been a review of the facts. The proof comes next. Care to elaborate, Prosecutor Gavin? When Mr. Gavin, no, Mr. Valent, entered the hospital room, the victim had already been shot. As his next testimony will prove, alright, the real fight is about to begin. Bring it. Very well. The witness will now testify to the court. Help us determine who shot what. Doing the voices is really taxing. Arrived at the hospital room at the appointed time, which is to say 11:20 p.m. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation and called in the doctor. The doctor examined the body before the police arrived. He was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10. And the one in the room at that time was my partner, not me. Okay, first things first, that's not the time, and the time... Talking about an alibi established over a matter of minutes. You use a 10-minute discrepancy as the basis of your alibi? It's easy to explain as the situation here, Judge. For example, take out the fucking... It's obvious, stop advertising your music. Shoot is a song, press the play button, and it will play for 2 minutes 15 seconds. Do 100 times and the result is the same. Are you saying it was only 2 minutes 15 seconds? Yeah, that's a bloody short song. I mean, actually, I suppose this is set in... Wait, no, this is set in 2019. Magic is a verb of utmost precision. Hocus pocus requires admirable focus. As in the time of death determined by the doctors, there is an incontrovertible truth. Very well, the prosecution warns us that we're dealing with rather precise times. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's either going to be we've got to do the autopsy report, or the fact that the other letter said 11:05. Oh shit, I accidentally pressed load. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, as I was saying, it's either going to be the letter to the other one, or the autopsy report is the evidence. So I'm just going to save properly this time. Killing the body, I fulfilled my obligation, then called in the doctor. Doctor examined the body before the police arrived. I'm quite clear about the time of death, 11:10. I would like to present... No, not that one. Okay, I guess not. Guess it's the autopsy report. God damn it. Discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation, then called in the doctor. Doctor examined the body before the police arrived. After about the time of death, 11:10, and the one in the room at the time was my partner. Shit, hang on. Focus on one thing, the time of death. Yes, we've already established that. I just accidentally skipped past it. Autopsy report, maybe. No. Okay. What's it going to be then? Actually, I'll press on this instead. I don't think I'm stepping out on a limb to I have some doubts about this. How could the doctor be so precise with the time? We do usually only get an estimated time of death, true. I'm not sure I've heard a verified time of death. Magic revels in making the complex appear simple, but reality is the opposite. What appears complex in this case is a simple matter of subtraction. See, another person has done their arithmetic homework. The point here is the IV until the victim was taken. It's quite visible in the photograph at the time. God, if we had it earlier about the victim. That still could have put it anywhere between 11 and 11:30. Now look a little closer. Follow the tube down from the back to the end. Ah, the needle's been removed. Doubtlessly it fell out when he was shot. That would seem to be the case. When the needle comes out, the IV no longer drips. You could just measure the remaining IV fluid. Precisely. The IV liquid functions for our purposes as an hourglass of sorts. This is how the doctor determines the time of death. From the amount remaining in the bag, it was determined that the IV had stopped 10 minutes after administration began. Okay, now we've got to prove that the IV was put in place late. That's just a limb, that's a joke, it's probably not that. So it was when I, Valent, entered the room. 10 minutes had passed since that horrible crime was committed. And this is proof. Well, Mr. Wright. Did that seem important? Very important, probably. I'd say it's very important. Agreed, it would be hard to imagine a more precise way to determine the time. Hold the power of arithmetic. Very well, the witness will add this detail to his testimony. Sometimes the most magical things of all is the truth. I've got everyone's voices mixed up. Life springs not eternal. Okay, surely now that we've got this, it must. And if I present on this that he was there at 11:05. Meaning I believe liquid. Did you notice the idea yourself by any chance? On his left arm did I spy a robe? What? Not from the vein in the fourth of the shot. But if he had not been there, why, you might be a suspect. Is that how you spell that? I thought it was indubitably. Indubitably so. I might say it's thanks to my lucky colour. Your what? Why? Indeed. Even today I wear it proudly upon my suspect self. For it always, without fail, brings me luck. Is it the yellow or the pink? I can't tell. Oh, the door in this attire too then, and a trophy, a bust. My lucky colour, yes indeed, that IV too, I say, I think, 'twas skewed especially for me. That does seem to be the case indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, any thoughts on this testimony? Yeah, I have no idea what your lucky colour is. Certainly sound like your lucky colour's brought you plenty of luck, but what is it? But not this time. Mr. Valent, your lucky colour betrayed you. I'm afraid you've lost me. Yeah, me too. Your Honour, the witness's testimony just now clearly contradicts the evidence. What? Please recall my warning at the beginning of the cross-examination. Baseless accusations will be duly penalized. I do hope this latest accusation is well based. Don't worry, I've got all your bases right here. Very well, let's hear the defense's claim. Where is your evidence that contradicts what Mr. Valent's told us? Oh, can I just check this first? Yeah, the IV's green. Crime scene tells all, Your Honour. A photo of the crime scene? Oh, this talk of colour has me yearning for black and white, clear-cut simplicity. Tell us, Herr Wright, just where is this contradiction in the photo? My pleasure, and I assure you it's quite simple. But I can't promise anything in black and white. Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. the fact that this is green. Wasn't sure if he's going to pull some sort of like colourblind thing. And I'm sitting down again, by the way. There we go. Okay, sorry. Let's go one thing straight about your lucky colour. It's yellow, yes? Kind of take the mystery out of it, but yes. Something wrong with yellow, Mr. Wright? Yes, there is. Decisively wrong, in fact. Take another look at the photo of the crime scene. What's this? Confusion, doubt, tell us. What do your elderly's eyes spy? Even my elderly eyes can see a problem here, Mr. Valland. Look at that IV bag. Ah, what is this? What foul magic? It would be hard to call the IV liquid yellow. I'm afraid no magic was involved in the taking of this photograph. Alaka, no! Oh, he really did have rabbits and doves on him. Sorry about that sneeze. Order, what does this mean? This is some kind of mistake. Yes, Prosecutor Gavin, your witness this mistake. The greener they are, the harder they fall. I suppose there's no substitute for experience. Well, Grimari, as you reminded us several times, your lucky colour is yellow. He said it once. We had to ask him. Your lucky colour is yellow, obviously not. Well, this contradiction could mean only one thing. He's lying about his favourite colour. I think you almost had me. I see your true colours now, Ace Attorney Phoenix Light. Something you'd like to tell us, Prosecutor Gavin? As far as this court can tell, the witness's testimony does contradict the evidence. Here's the contradiction. The one that I should be pleased to hand right back to Mr. Wright. How do you mean? How? Because the witness has made no mistakes. I agree at a glance that the IV liquid does appear a sort of greenish yellow, but I assure you the liquid itself is quite yellow. Yellow liquid? How can you say that? As far as I can tell from this photo, it's green. Yes, but what colour is the IV bag? It's, oh my fucking god. It looks like a, I want to say light blue? Is the judge colourblind? Precisely, figured it out yet. Put a yellow liquid in a blue bag and you get green. This, incidentally, is the liquid's true colour. I see. Your explanation does have a ring of truth to it. As I thought, there's no substitute for experience, Prosecutor Gavin. Thus, you may tell a good tale. You may tell a good tale, but you've just proven something rather grave for you, that is. Grave? The liquid in the IV is yellow, yes. But how did this witness know that? It's quite unnatural when you think about it. You did think about it, didn't you? Ah, ugh. Your Honour. The defence requests an explanation from the witness. At the scene of the crime, the IV liquid appears to be green. So let me ask, how did the witness know that the IV liquid was actually yellow? Order. Mr. Wright, you will explain this at once. The witness clearly knew the colour of the IV liquid, so I'm sure it means something, but what? I can think of only one possibility, Your Honour. The witness, Valent Grimari, has testified that the IV liquid is yellow because... I mean, these two... Oh, fuck, I didn't mean to click it. In fact, for us, the answer is clear. The witness knew the IV liquid was yellow. Why? Because he'd seen it before. but not inside the blue bag we see in the photo. He saw the liquid by itself in a clear colourless bag, because he put it in there to frame the time of death. Suppose he would have had to, but I'm still not clear as to what it means. Ask yourself, why would he know if he didn't work at the hospital? That's where you'll find your meaning, Your Honour. I'm afraid I find nothing, so what if he knew the IV liquid's colour? Leaves you getting excited over absolutely nothing to our teeny bopper fans, yeah? IV liquid is the only evidence proving the time of death. 30-minute hourglass with 20 minutes worth of sand remaining. Your claim, Prosecutor Gavin? I remember it. I remember it well. However, there's a critical difference between an hourglass and an IV bag. An hourglass uses sand, but an IV bag uses liquid. I'm right. Right? Right? Much as it pains me to say this, Your Honour, no. Unlike the sand through an hourglass, the IV liquid enters the patient's body, at which point, like magic, it disappears. However, the amount of IV liquid had increased. You couldn't tell, could you? After all, there's no way of knowing how much went in. Let me get this straight here right. You're saying the witness watered down the victim's IV bag? Not with water, but with IV liquid. That's how you knew the IV liquid was yellow. Wait. I said wait! How is an amateur such as myself say to perform such a task? I'm an amateur too, but I can pour water into a cup. I'm afraid there's quite a big difference between a cup and an IV bag. Not really. Not in terms of pouring something into them. Can you prove our witness is capable of such a feat? He has a point, amateurs. I at least would have some difficulty pouring IV liquid into that bag. You'd been expected to see the look on the witness's face. He added liquid to that IV bag to throw off the time of death. I tell you, this fairy tale is lacking evidence. Well, Mr. Wright, any solid evidence to bring us back down to earth? Valiant Grimari. I'm afraid your magic won't serve you well in a life of crime. Might I ask what you're strongly suggesting? It relies on props, and props become evidence. Our witness was certainly able to increase the amount of IV liquid in the bag. All he had to do was work a little magic, and the prop was... I have not got a clue. Hang on. This is the only evidence that makes sense. Did he inject the stuff from the syringe? The victim's syringe? It's the perfect prop for the magically increasing IV trick. It's easy enough for an amateur to use. What kind of evidence is that? The syringe was clean, not a trace of liquid in it. Yeah, because it had been put into the bag. And don't you find that odd, Prosecutor Gavin? What? The victim had the syringe to administer his insulin shots. There should have been traces of insulin left inside. Well, Valiant, as you pointed out yourself, the IV liquid makes the perfect clock. One that you could manipulate it well. Alakazar. I do believe, well, with this being his first, that the burden of this trial has been a bit too much to bear for Prosecutor Gavin. I'm afraid that while there is a doubt as to the amount of liquid in that bag, that of death cannot be proven. And that brings our trial to a close for today. But we didn't use any forged evidence. And... what? I can do a little much needed investigation work. Klavier, was sagst du? Hehehehe. Truly, there's no substitute for experience. Nothing blinds one to the truth so effectively. A word to the wise. Underestimate the young and they'll sweep your feet out from under you. In a way you never ever expected. You see, I know exactly what you're thinking. What's he talking about? Should the witness use the syringe to manipulate the level of the liquid? But there's no proof. There's no proof he didn't do it either. Yes, quite true. Huh? He's admitting it? Nor was this witness quite as decisive as I'd hoped. Is this, I admit, after all, I linger in the past, when the future holds so much? You have something in mind, Prosecutor Gavin? Proof, Herr Judge. I have another way to prove my case. There's evidence, no less. What's this? This is the victim, Magnifica Maria's diary. Diary? Okay, this is where forged evidence comes in, because we know the forged evidence was a diary page. After going into the hospital, Magnifi began writing his memoirs. The story of his birth, his startling debut, and of meeting his disciples. I don't like the fact that they're called disciples. It sounds like a cult. Wait, that book doesn't say what the reason was, does it? The reason why his disciples couldn't refuse his last request. Sadly it does not. What's important here is on the last page. Apparently the victim wrote in his journal that night, even after the ivy had begun at 11. Let's read it, shall we? This does appear to have been written just before his death. Court accepts this into evidence. Sorry. Read the last part with particular care. This journey may end here or it may go on, but not long. That depends on his hand. Of course, by his, he refers to our defendant, Zach Granari. Or it could refer to Valent too, they were both told to kill him. He was the first scheduled visitor after all. But look at what he said before that. This journey may end here or it may go on. It may go on. And if Granari intended to write again, that is, if Zach Granari didn't pull the trigger. I see the defense understands the meaning of this. The victim's diary does not go on, it ends. Because Magnifi's life is brought to an end by the defendant, Zach Granari. It's very obvious that a page has been taken out. And it could have been by either of them. Order, Prosecutor Gavin. Are you certain that Magnifi wrote this? Is there no mistaking his handwriting? Well, this does seem to be significant. According to this, Magnifi did intend to continue his diary. Yet his diary ended here, which plainly it did. And the one who pulled the trigger was the first visitor, Zach Granari. Well, how would you like me now, Herr Wright? Still too clean for your tastes, huh? He's right about the diary being pretty clear. Still, I find it hard to believe that he'd overlook such an obvious problem with this precious evidence. Well, Mr. Wright, witness testimony we heard was lacking, but put together with this evidence, it seems quite sufficient for a case. If the diary is accepted like this, the trial's over. And we're about to use a forged last page. It's time for me to show them something. Time to lose our job. I'm left with no choice but to show you my own evidence. What? You have some evidence that overturns this diary? I must see what this says. No, not what I want. It seems fate's clock will make me wait a little longer, at least. Only less than 10 swift minutes remain. To all those who have supported me in my life's work, I give thanks. Farewell. Okay. Yep, that's pretty decisive. Not too late to rethink this and avoid more embarrassment. Very well, please show us your evidence. Incidentally, don't even think of showing us this diary I've just shown to the court. Now that we've come this far, I hope you have something a little more decisive. Just evidence that proves that we can continue writing his diary. Alright, I'd be happy to. Right here. Hang on, since he pointed it out, I just want to see what happens if I do present the diary. Evidence? You're saying this is decisive? We don't need proof that he might have continued his diary. Okay, fine, I'll submit the page. First, take Get a close look at this diary. Note that the page has been clearly ripped out. What's this? They hadn't noticed that at all. That's why we're still here talking about it. As it just so happens, I have here what I believe to be the missing page. Alaka, I don't believe it! You don't always need to start things with Alaka. Looking at this page, it's hard to imagine what the first visitor that night shot Magnifico. That's the defense's position. Wait, let me see that. Oh, I messed my mouse. What in Sam Hill? Sam Hill? Who's Sam Hill? Why, this is the continuation of the victim's diary. Note the torn edge of the page. It's a perfect match with the torn remains of the last page in Magnifi's diary. Quite remarkable. Would you care to explain what all this means, Herr Attorney? Why, it means that the diary continued after the first visitor came, which means that the victim was still alive after Zach Grimari left, leaving no one to take his life but the second visitor. Valid. Oh, fuck hell, I'm tired. I swear I went to sleep before midnight last night. No. No. The handwriting too. Matches that on the other pages. This is without a doubt the genuine article. Oh shit. Oh well. Order, order. Holy hell. But wait, this is impossible. That old man couldn't have written that. Hello? Ah, finally. You just couldn't resist, could you, Herr Wright? Resist what? Presenting solid evidence? Herr Judge? Yes, Prosecutor Gavin? Might I request we put the current cross-examination on hold? The prosecution would like to call a new witness. But, Prosecutor Gavin, this evidence overturns the current witnesses. I ask only to put it on hold. Please, my new witness has a very, very important piece of testimony to give. 5 minutes, no more, I promise, Your Honor. Well, if you put it that way, Mr. Wright, what's your take on this? Well, Your Honor, judging from his enthusiasm, you'll have to hear this new testimony sooner or later anyway. So it might as well be sooner. Then, though, this is highly, highly irregular. We will put the current cross-examination on hold. Now, Prosecutor Gavin, please bring this surprise witness to the courtroom. I had a bad feeling just then. I thought this was too obvious. He must have known. I should have known it was a bad sign all around. Who's this? Is this Drew? I think this is Drew, the guy who's murdered in the present day case. Holding trial with no audience is a first, even for me, Gavin. I beg the court's understanding. Ja, das ist Drew. But I had to make a judiciary deal with the witness to secure his testimony. A judiciary deal? The details of his testimony may have some legal ramifications, shall we say. I thought it best to contain the information to this room. Very well, and you are the witness, I gather. Ah, yes, sir. State your name and occupation for the record. My name's Drew Misham. I'm a painter. A painter? And you're somehow related to this case? No, well, not per se. I have one simple question for this witness. Mr. Misham, was it? Do you know what this is? Oh, yeah, I know it well. How's that possible? Have you seen this diary page somewhere before? Oh, yeah, I mean, I made it. You what? You made it? Yes, you might call it one of my works. The Regional Prosecutor's Office received a tip-off yesterday. Illegal evidence has been prepared for the trial of Zach Gamari. Illegal evidence? I initiated an investigation and found this witness. Painter of the world at large. Drew Misham has another side, you might say. He is skilled in making perfect reproductions of certain things. Forgeries, in other words. Forgeries? Well, so we are to understand that this page here is a fake. Yeah, prepared by a certain defense attorney. Hold it. I didn't prepare this evidence. As the attorney speaks. Something about this page, I presume, but what is he saying? It makes no sense. After all, it was you who presented this evidence to us, Phoenix Wright. Mr. Misham, was it? Who requested this forgery? Who was your client? That... I don't know. What? Most of my clients prefer to remain anonymous, even to me. I make the items they want and receive my payment. That's the extent of my contact with them. But there's no proof this is a fake. It's a fake. Huh? To avoid just this sort of problem, I always put a special mark on my works. You can say without a doubt this is mine. Mr. Wright, you just presented illegal evidence to this court. My court. It was careless of me. That's all I can say. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we already saw this. Mr. Wright? Yes? You have an explanation for yourself? If I did, would the court hear it? Probably not. Forging evidence is a serious crime and presenting it in court a serious mistake. Fatal mistake for an attorney. Fatal too, perhaps, for your client, I fear. Tell me, what kind of defendant relies on forged evidence? The answer is quite clear. A guilty one. Your Honour, wait. I understand that presenting forged evidence in court is a serious crime. But you cannot hold my client responsible for actions I undertook as an individual. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. Your Honour? Another close call, I dare say. Sorry. If the prosecutor's office hadn't received that hot tip, everything would have gone the way you wanted it to, yeah? I can give you a chance. Too bad you decided not to sink before embarrassing yourself. I see no need for further discussion. Special witness dismissed. Mr. Attorney? Yes? Could I ask your name? Phoenix Wright. Mr. Wright, I've seen and studied many people, but none like you. I'll remember you, Mr. Wright. Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict this way, this trial is over. You have the right to find a new attorney and make an appeal. However, this court must... Ah, Your Honour. Yes, Mr. Zach? There is one thing I wish to make clear. Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. It is impossible. I'm afraid the defendant is quite mistaken. I must certainly have the authority to declare a verdict on you. Except, tell me, how you plan on announcing your verdict when your defendant does not exist? Doesn't exist? What are you talking about? I am talking about this. Mr. Enigma! You can't do that! It's a very impressive trick, but just, you can't. I know you're escaping the death penalty, but still, like, what the fuck? His defendant's escaped, find him, quick! Malif, close all exits from the building. On the double, he must not be allowed to escape. Oh, he's been escaped for a while. That day in the courtroom, a miracle occurred. The defendant, Shady Enigma, did not just escape from court, he literally, unbelievably vanished. Right before the Bailiff's eyes. No one ever saw him again, not since that day. Until Christoph killed him. No verdict was declared. After all, the defendant didn't exist. That's how it happened. The trial of Zach Grimari vanished, along with him for all eternity. The mysteries that remain behind were all solved, however, but not until 7 years later. Okay, I think we're ending the flashback now, so once that's confirmed I'll go change my costume again. That trial was the beginning of it all, this I know beyond a shadow of a doubt. The mysteries of the past work their way to the present. But you'll soon be finding all of this out for yourself, Apollo. Richard Magnifi's disciples pulled that trigger? Where did the vanishing defendant, Zach Grimari, go? What dark truth lurks behind the forged diary page? And what about the girl who was left behind? Past left us these 4 keys. What is going on here? But that's not all. There are 4 keys in the present as well. All the questions have found their answers. The final trial will begin. First you must chase the truth through then and now. Think of it as a game. Oh, very meta. I, Phoenix Wright, will be your guide through this game. Yet Phoenix, stop being so meta. That terrible trial saw me present forged evidence. It ended half finished when the defendant vanished. What became of me after that? As your investigation proceeds, the answer will become clear. Oh, and one more thing. There's something I must tell you. As Apollo Justice has his... Is he talking? He's talking to me. He's fucking talking to me. Your Magatama. What does it do, you ask? That I would have you see for yourself. Well now, shall we begin? Touch the arrow to switch between past and present. What is happening? It seems like we're time traveling, and Phoenix is aware that he's in a game. I'll be honest, I expected it would be at least the next game in the series before this sort of shit happened. It is right after my last trial came to an abrupt end. Now that you know the game, let's play. Okay. The nightmare trial was over, and the new nightmare of figuring out what happened had just begun. Hold on, I feel like since Phoenix is talking to me like out of universe, I feel like I need to do another costume change to represent that I'm now playing as out of universe me. Hold on. Quick intermission for me to... I just muted mid-sentence, I'm a fucking idiot. Just doing an outfit change. Okay, I'm back. There we go. Hi, it's me now. Right, yeah, I'm actually meant to play the game. I wanted to wake up, but I figured I'm the only one who could do this, probably. And besides, I had plenty of time. Thanks to the Bar Association Review Board selection. It's hard to work when your attorney's badge has been taken away. Hello. You miss me? Also, I've somehow... completely accidentally, I literally just picked like the first two things out of my wardrobe, and I've accidentally now dressing as the fucking non-binary flag. Didn't think I'd be back here for a while. Right, hang on, is this now Phoenix's trial? Yeah, we just saw this, we don't need a flashback to it. When I came here on that fateful morning, I still had my badge, but now, like an amputated limb, I can still feel it itching. Where do I start? I don't even have the authority to investigate. Hey, you there, sir. Down on the hands, floor on your head. Now, Meekins? What's the big idea? My ears. No unauthorized personnel aren't allowed in here. That would mean all unauthorized personnel are allowed. Zoing! I just say it like it is, sir, and it's usually wrong. Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, and even my wallet. We've met before, haven't we? On a case 2 years ago. No recollection of that, sir? Huh? For me, working on a case is always in the present progressive tense. There is no past, there is only now. Okay, you're the bailiff, right? Yes, sir. Court bailiff Mike Meekins at your service, sir. I've asked to meet with the bailiff of this court who let the magician escape. Let me try to make this as absolutely clear as possible for you. It was me! But you were a regular police officer once, right? Sometimes bad things happen to good people, sir. Something tells me it's a long story. Let's not go there. So you were in charge of security at the time of the vanishing? I'm dying over here. Oh, it's a hard knock life, sir. Thrown out of the precinct, lost my friends, my girl, and even... You already said that. Guess I wasn't the only victim. Okay. Wait, I can just do the regular stuff? I don't care. Oh, we have all this stuff. Okay, can I just show him a pistol? It's not on this Mr. Meekins. This is an honour. Sir, I've offered my opinions on plenty of things, even things I knew nothing about. I thought, oh, never mind. Hey. Meekins. Rob him? No, I'm not going to rob him. I'm already here to be on trial for using forged evidence. Last time I met you were a police officer, right? In fact, you're still wearing your uniform. So, I wish I didn't have to tell you this, but last year, tragedy struck a rising star at the precinct. I lost my case files 4 times in 3 days. They fired me. That takes real talent, actually. They don't know what they're missing. So here I am, forced to start from square one, a lowly bailiff. But your uniform. I took it with me as a souvenir of the day that I was fired. That can't be legal. So you're the one who let the magician get away that day? Because every time he does that, this pose he's doing right here, it looks like he's stabbing himself in the chest. Is there anything you can tell me about that Grimari's disappearance? Oh, the humanity. That's enough of that. I had to say it was around 2 PM when I heard a commotion in court. Chase that silk hat all the way down the hall. I have a diagram of the court building here. Oh, that's what it looks like. Okay, and which way did Zach run after bursting through the courtroom door? He went up like this and round the corner like that. So I with no delay ran after him with no delay. Sounds like there was a bit of a delay. So I ran into the lobby, swiftly I ran. Watching I threw myself bold into the room. Why I remember like it was right there here, because it was lobby number 2, sir. You ran into this room? I don't see any place to hide in here. If not so, I didn't believe it. Here, in this room. The magician, gone, vanished like a puff of smoke. There wasn't even any smoke, he was just gone. That's impossible. Yes, that word. How many times have I said that word? And the sound of it caused me indescribable pain, okay? Look at the ceiling. I'll bet he vented. I'm dying over here. Okay, I won't say it again, promise. But you have to admit, it's difficult to vanish into thin air. Did you search the lobby? I searched. Don't they have security cameras? There was nothing here at all, sir. So yeah, kind of is, well... A man... disappeared himself. Kind of suspicious, however you look at it. Do they not have any sort of like security cameras? So Zach was in this room when he vanished. Absolutely, sir. I saw him with my own eyes. That red silk hat, that flowing cape, he ran right in here, right inside this room. Silky hat, cape, that's Zach, alright. But sir, look at the room. There's not a single place to hide. So there was nothing I could do but nothing, sir. What about now? Have any ideas? Sir, ideas about what? Oh my fucking god. You've had quite a bit of time since then. Has nothing occurred to you at all? Do you have any idea what trick he might have used to disappear like that? Ooh, Cyclops. I should have known. Blah blah blah. You know something, and I'm going to find out what. Zachariah vanished from this room? How do you do it? How, sir? Well, sir, I can't say, sir, why are you so nervous if you aren't hiding something? Well, sir, you see, at the time, sir, I was here, and listen, it was impossible. What could such a little girl what? What did you just say? Yeah, sir, did I just say something, sir? No, you screamed it through that megaphone of yours. There's someone else in the room, wasn't there? Sir, I'm going to have to invoke my right to remain in a state of not talking. It's okay, you don't have to tell me who Zach's accomplice was. I know who was here in the room that day. Okay, I'm confused. Kind of. Never seen that girl until just the other day. Mr. Meekins, I'm not buying it. So that day she was here in the room. But he wasn't. You mean you chased her into this room, not him? Sir, in my days as a police officer, literally days, I learned this. How many days was he a police officer? Okay, just one thing, but it was how not to mistake a girl for a 7-foot tall magician. 7 feet? That isn't that tall, is he? You have a point. I find it hard to imagine that anybody would mistake a little girl for Zach Grimari. But you saw something. And therein lies the trick. I think you know what it was, Mr. Meekins. Tell me, does this trick look familiar? I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, I don't think we have this evidence yet. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to search something else. Okay, detention center, visitors room. But since you're here, I've just completely forgot speaking there. Sorry everyone, I just freaking forgot that I meant to be speaking. What shall we discuss? The shooting of Magnifi for one? Also, how long have we been going? 2 hours 23, okay. I get the feeling this won't be going beyond 3 hours. I pulled the trigger. Partner vanished before those answers could be found. You're gonna let in close to the truth, this is the place to start. Why is the game so long? Because it's a visual novel, it's meant to be long. It would be fucking boring if it was short. Anyway, is there anything I can talk about here? The fateful trial, I suppose. I have to hand it to my... But too long's also boring? Okay, this is the last case of the game. It's meant to be a big one that wraps up the storylines that have been implied, that have been told throughout the whole thing, so it's going to be like... I'd say 12 hours is going to be a reasonable time for it. So far I did like 4 hours on the last stream and we're 2 hours in this time. So far 6 hours isn't really... It's not really that long for a final case in this sort of game. Or like a final chapter. Whatever. He knows how to make an exit, that's talent. Yes, he made my attorney's badge disappear and he never even touched it. Glory spotlight always leaves someone weeping in the shadows. And yet his very disappearance is itself a revelation. Revealing what? That Grimari killed Magnifi. It's as good as a signed confession. Well, no, he left because he was going to get the death sentence. That's certainly been public opinion's take on it. I grow tired of my cage, and the time of my release is near. I must go and prepare. Planning on jumping back into the magic trick right away? As long as an audience waits with bated breath, there will be Valent. And also, now that my partner disappeared, Magnifi's repertoire is mine. Grimari has a tradition to uphold. Is that true? Seen in this light, the trial was quite good to me, verdict or no? And you can't pay for that kind of publicity. Blackmail. Suspicion on you hasn't lifted entirely, Valent. After all, you received one of those letters too. You're just as obligated to follow Magnifi's instructions as your partner. Let's not speak more of who shot what. Now that my partner has vanished, the question is moot. I'm more interested in learning something else, actually. What might that be? I want to know what Magnifi had up his sleeve. How could he coerce you and your partner to kill him? Trick up his sleeve? Ah, perhaps you do not know. Know what? The great magician never reveals his secrets. I don't... Oh my god, that's 4 Cyclops. Bloody hell, that's... Okay, good heavens. Didn't think it would be that easy. The audience must remain forever in the audience. That doesn't really matter anymore when someone's dead and we need it. We need the secrets to be revealed to the fucking court. Otherwise you are just like fucking obstructing justice. Okay, we're not even trying that yet. Threaten him with the pistol? Good idea. This is a gun, Mr. Valance. You know, I think you know what will happen if you don't tell us the secrets of your tricks. Yes, I accept your challenge. Well, challenge, huh? You're going to make it float, disappear? Or shall I simply eat it? But don't eat the fucking gun. Didn't come to play games, Valance, or watch you do tricks. Okay, fine. I'll shoot you some other time. "7 years ago, Wright and Co. law officers." I'm still trying to figure out how we ended up, or how Phoenix ended up being the one looking after Trucy. Trucy, there's something we need to talk about. In 2 weeks since your father disappeared, we need to start thinking about your future. I just am calling around. This is hard to say, but you have no living... Oh yeah, because Zach and Valent weren't actually brothers, as I'd been assuming before. So, I was wondering if you wanted to stay with me for a while. Just until your dad comes home. It won't be too long. I hope. Of course, it's totally your choice. If you don't like it here, you can go wherever you'd like. I could look up some places you'd like to stay at. This is so weird. Mr. Turney, Daddy told me about you. He said I could trust you. Huh? Really? So if I stay here, does that mean you'll be my family? Huh? I guess so. Getting weirder. Mr. Attorney? Actually, why don't you call me Nick? Or you can call me Dad if you'd like. It doesn't have to be today or anything. Okay. Say, Dad. That was quick. Yes. If I move here, I have to switch schools, right? And I was thinking, I haven't paid for lunches at my last school for a year. So thanks. Oh, in this office? It's a little blah. A little colour goes a long way, you know. Oh, and Daddy, you got fired from work, right? Oh, don't you worry one bit, I'll work twice as hard. We'll make it through this. Trucy, how old are you? Oh, I'm 8. But don't let appearances deceive you, I'm a young professional. Stick with me and you'll do just fine. Thanks? Why does it feel like she's already in charge? The office. So you got fired from being a lawyer, right? You could at least kind of look aside or something when you say that. Actually kind of hard for me. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, is that foolish pride? My other dad always used to talk about that. Actually, that's pretty accurate. So here's my idea. We'll make a new office. Law just seems so stiff, doesn't it? And no one will be my friend at school that way. Well, that won't do, I guess. I just don't know much about anything other than law. You know much about law if you were to ask some people. That's true. Maybe the problem is calling it an office. We should run an agency instead. You mean like a talent agency? Forgive me for asking, but doesn't that require talent? You got me, don't you? I'm a professional. A professional... Yep. After all, I am directly descended from the famous Zach Grimari. Directly descended? He's your dad. Yeah, that's how... Still direct descendant, just like over not a very long period. Oh! And now I'm directly descended from the... No, you're not. I think an 8-year-old just massaged my ego. Can you tell me a bit more about your dad, Zach? Oh, sure thing. He's so amazing. The biggest star of Troop Grimari, and they're big. This is funny? Thank you. The Grimaris, they were on television a lot. Haven't seen them on much recently, come to think of it. Yeah, because one of them has cancer. Big magic happens when you put Zack and... Ah, there's hair in my mouth. Shit. Big magic happens when you put Zack and Valance together, you know? Once they made a giant waterfall right there on stage. And this giant trout swam up to the giant waterfall. That's impressive. Let me guess, there was a giant fisherman waiting for him at the top? Yeah, it stops when you stop the emulator. I wish I could have seen more of Daddy's magic. Ah, I shouldn't have brought it up so soon. I wonder what'll happen to me with Daddy and Mummy both gone. You had a mother? Oh yeah, no shit, that's how it fucking works, Phoenix. I haven't heard anything about Truce's mother. But I have my magic and a great dad, even if he is unemployed. You know, I think things are going to be okay. I wonder if she'll talk about her mother. So Trucy, you're a professional. Yes, it's like that thing they say. Baby frogs grow up to be frogs. What? They say that? I always thought it was funny though. What was? Aren't baby frogs called tadpoles? Maybe they thought it would be easier to understand that way for kids. How stupid. Right, so in conclusion, you're a professional magician, Trucy. That's right. Well, wanna see a trick? You're going to do a magic trick? Ah, fucking hell, go on. Actually, I'd like to see your trick. The future of the agency depends on it, after all. That's the spirit. Ready? Here goes. Ta-da! Hey folks, it's Mr. Hat. I gotta say, it's good to be seen. Yeah. It's not a magical trick, that's a mechanical trick. That was startling. The amazing Mr. Hat, isn't he great? Your friendly neighbourhood Mr. Hat at your service. He certainly makes an impression. I suppose it is magic, because how the fuck was she keeping that hidden behind her? I'm so glad you like him. Though my routines do get a bit heady at times, huh? Get it? Heady? No, I don't. My friendly neighbourhood Mr. Hat nearly gave me a heart attack. Interdimensional travel? Okay, we have new evidence. I think this might be what we need for Meekins. I suppose we'll ask about her mother. Can you tell me more about your mother, if it's okay? She was so pretty. She was like an angel up on stage. On stage? You mean with your dad? Yep. She was always there with Zack and Valance smiling. But then she went away. Oh, was she the woman from the shooting trick? Went away? It was a grand illusion. But she made a mistake. She vanished, and I guess she didn't know how to get back. Maybe so. I cried then, a lot. That's when Daddy gave me this. Here. This is your mother? Her name's Thalassa Grimari. Poor girl, I didn't... Oh my god, don't fucking tell me that this is going to be... Oh my god, I've forgotten her name. I swear to god, if they reveal that this is the woman from the previous case, who'd lost the memory of before a few years ago, I'm gonna... I swear to fucking god. Poor girl, I didn't know her mum had gone missing. And now her dad's vanished too, right before her eyes. Hey, you won't... Don't worry, I won't vanish, I promise. Genocide? What? No, nothing about genocide. Actually, maybe genocide. Maybe I will. Right, you can't even do magic. You're like a backup plan. Daddy always said to have a backup plan. I guess all I rate has is a backup plan. Kill all the magicians. Yep. Good idea. I think that's probably enough for today. Sorry to ask you so much all at once like that. It's okay, after all, we are family. I just hope you're ready. The right talent agency opens tomorrow. But are we representing anyone? Me and you, that makes 2. I think you need more than that to make an agency. Besides, you may be a magician, but I'm no talent. Oh, I'm sure there's something you're good at. Well, when you put it that way, you mean you don't have any tricks? No old standbys? This will not do. Boy should always have a trick or 2 in his pocket. Okay, I'll think of something. That's the spirit. See you bright and early tomorrow. Welcome to the team. Daddy-o, the team. Right. Now we have evidence, we can probably go back for the other thing. To be honest, I was pretty lost the first few days, thinking back on it. It's a pretty dark time in my life, but Trucy, happy, smiling Trucy, she was my light. Time check of 2 hours 37. Okay, now we can go back to lobby number 2, because we can present that to Meekins. Let's see. Please tell me we don't have to read it. Oh, we do, okay. Okay, hold on. Okay. Oh, so the person he saw running through was actually Mr. Hat. And then Trucy turned into the room, made Mr. Hat fold back into however he's stored. Then it made it look like it was just her. What's that? That girl's favourite trick, the amazing Mr. Hat. She uses it in her showdown at the Wonder Bar. Have you been to the Wonder Bar? So, it wasn't a waking dream, was it, sir? Come again? That night on stage I saw a vision. Except, it wasn't a vision. It was a hat. An amazing Mr. Hat. He really exists. Now please just fucking tell everything. Remember it clearly. The details of... So you can't remember it clearly? Zach Gramari exited the courtroom. I gave chase and cornered him into the corner. Zach, don't even think you can escape Meekins. Down on your hands, floor on your head. Something the matter, mister? No, that is... Sir, I'm currently chasing a suspect. Zach Gramari, do you know him? Oh, I love Zach Gramari. His magic is the best. I'm his biggest fan. I see. That's why you're wearing his costume you're wearing. Anyway, that very same Zach came into this room. No one's been in here except me. But he has to be in here somewhere. Under the sofa, in the trash can, behind the painting, under the rug. There's no rug. So, Trucy was his accomplice. Imagine my astonishing surprise when 1 week later, I just happened to walk into a bar and see him, Mr. Hat. I couldn't believe my own eyes. For a while I thought it had all been a long dream. Dream that lasted a week. But it wasn't the magician who disappeared, it was Mr. Hat. The trick vanishes. You were standing by the door, and out came Zach. But that wasn't all. Another person got in on the act, and she was standing in front of lobby number 2, along with Mr. Hat, and that's the beauty of it, isn't it? So while you are standing in shock and amazement, the magician rounds the corner, and most likely runs through the closest door into lobby number 1. You turn the corner in rather lukewarm pursuit, And in that very moment, she runs into lobby number 2. Then all she has to do is tuck away the amazing Mr. Hat. Sir, I only lost sight of him for the briefest of moments. Then I saw that cape, fluttering like a cape. Astounding, sir. My days of posing queries and making inquiries and chasing quarries wasted. It was as if I could see them melting away like an ice cream cone left by the side of the road to die, or the scattered remains of a messily eaten chocolate parfait. Such sweet sorrows. I'm sorry. I had no idea how much you'd suffered on account of this case. It's an honour, sir. I've apologised to people many, many times, sometimes more than once. But this is the first time anyone's ever apologised to me. Actually, about that girl, I'm sort of her guardian now. Is that so? So you should know that I harbour no ill feelings whatsoever in my harbour. Okay. Let the defendant escape. That's the stone cold truth. No, I let the defendant escape. Just another step on my way from seeing the blues to wearing the blues. Someday, sir, I'll be standing side by side with the great detective Gumshoe. Mr. Meekins, this is a free ticket to the show at the Wonder Bar if you want. It's an honour, sir. I can't count the number of things I've had taken away from me, sir, but no one's ever given me anything for free. Alright, I'll see you in court next time then, sir. I look forward to it. All eyes were on Zach Gramari that day in court until his mysterious disappearance. It will be 7 years before I met Zach again. Oh no, the other one. Valent. Have we not finished with the past? Oh my fucking god, and it was... No way, it actually was. It actually was Zach that was at the bowl club. Present day. Ah, Christoph. I'll be taking my leave now. Still have some work to do back at the office. Then I guess I'll go back to my piano. To be honest, it's better when you aren't playing. This frigid culinary dungeon almost feels comfortable. Later then. 2 hours left on my shift. Wonder if we'll get any customers tonight. Ahem, do you know who I am? Who you are? No, but if you hum it, I can play it. Just kidding, I don't do requests. How about a different sort of request? You see, I play cards. Oh, a customer. Oh, a fly. I lost it. I was hoping someone would come in and save me from a night at the Keys. I seek a true competition. I have heard the Borscht Bowl Club is the place for this. Now I see the rumour is true. And this is... That's... Oh fuck, I forgot his name. Ah, don't mind me, I'm just your friendly neighbourhood newsman. He'll not be playing tonight. When his business is finished, I shall send him home. The competition will be between us, no others. The Right Talent Agency represented 2 artists. And I'm number 2, I play piano? Well, sort of. It's Bingus? No, it's not Bingus. I don't think that was his name, at least. It's actually just a front for my real talent, which is playing poker. Don't ask me how I got started, I don't remember. But I'm good, real good. It didn't take long for the rumors to get around. Go to the Borscht Ball Club if you want a real game. That guy's never lost. People don't come to hear me tickle the ivory, they come to watch me play cards. Is this a CD poker club? No, it's a restaurant. We don't play for high stakes. There's no money involved, but real players carry cash, and they're always thirsty. It's a handy source of income for the club owner. Then let's compete. I'll take you to the room. The hideout, yes. But before we go... Yes? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Shady Smith. Oh, and I'm Brushel, Spark Brushel, news reporter. That was it. Not Bingus, Brushel. I was really hoping we wouldn't see this guy again. Yeah, close enough. Oh, I'm... No, Phoenix Wright. Huh? You have to always look a man in the eyes when you make your introductions. You still do not know who I am. Have we met? Today in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. What are you talking? Wait, this is the flashback. We know the flashback. We've seen it already. You can't be, but you're... Zach Gumari. Yes, the reincarnation act of the century. It's funny, if he just waited a few more weeks until he was legally declared dead to do this, everything would have been fine. He wouldn't have got shot. And he might have been able to meet his daughter again. You. Zach Gumari. This must be a bad dream. In a sense, this guy ruined my life. You there? Da? We will play soon. Ready the room. Da. I will be preparing the hideout for you. Are you really him? The Zach Gumari? Now I am Shady Smith. Remember this. How many years has it been now? 6? In exactly 3 days from now it will be 7. I caused so much inconvenience, I fear. Yeah, you could say that. Is she well? Trucy, I mean. She's fine. I've got her working already, hope you don't mind. I hardly need to express my gratitude, but you have it. This is why I have come. That and to settle a matter of cards. By which you mean poker? His eyes, he's serious. I despise losing above all else. And so I have decided that I will win tonight, no matter what it takes. I know this guy's type, and they're dangerous. Everything about the competition, all else is secondary. Perhaps we should take this time to talk before we play. I know you have much to ask me. And I, you. He's just buying time so that the waitress can sneak a card into our pocket and accuse us of cheating. We competed that day 7 years ago too. Okay, maybe once we've spoken all to this guy, then I'll go and do the other things I said I was going to do today. Ah yes, you must have been surprised. Called to the detention center out of the blue. 2. 1. Showdown time. I lost. It's only a game of poker. Game I played for a long time, and only lost twice. Who was the first? The man I killed, of course. You choose your defense attorneys by playing poker? Some are hired, others fired. When you compete, you see a man's true nature. You know what I speak of. I know what you do. Trucy's power. Trucy? She is in a class of her own. For 7 years I played poker here at the Borscht Bowl Club. And I've never lost once. I'm good, but not that good. We've beaten this guy before, so you can do it again. I win because whenever there's a big game, I bring in Trucy. And she sends me signals. So you do cheat. He's got a good hand. Hold on, I'm just tying a knot in my headphone cable. There we go. Might have a chance to react quick, better call them soon. Can you tell me what her power is? Judging a person's thought by reading their reaction to the staple of performance magic. But those of Trucy's line possess far greater skill. Her line? Recall you were the second man to whom I've lost. Magnifi, that was the first time I learned of this power, as you call it. Wait, so you're saying her power is genetic? It's just in the Gomari blood or something? Blood. Ah, fuck's sake. I'm sorry, but it is not something told lightly to outsiders. Yeah, this isn't the first time I've worked with, or Phoenix has worked with someone who is genetically magical. There's nothing you need to know at this time. It's some kind of Grimari secret then. Fine. Okay, about Trucy. She's 15 this year. She's still trying her best to follow in your footsteps, you know. I see. When I planned my disappearing act, it was the thought of her alone that gave me pause. Wait, you were planning on vanishing from the get-go? Yes, and for that I must apologise. However, I could not be found guilty that day, because of this. This? Transfer of rights. You see the signature? That's Magnifi's signature, isn't it? I hereby give all rights, secrets, and performance of my magic. Give all rights to the secrets, staging, and performance of my magic. Oh, to the recipient named below. And the recipient's name is you, Zach Grimari. Wait, this page looks torn. You call the diary, yes? Wait, let me see that. How could I forget? A scrap of paper lost me my attorney's badge. This is the real page that was torn from that book. If he gave it to me that night. You could have told me this earlier, like 7 years earlier. Once again, I must apologise. It was all I could do to prepare for my escape from the courtroom. Well, you wouldn't have had to if you'd just told the truth. We would have been able to prove your innocence better, and you wouldn't have had to disappear. Anyway, transfer of rights. The greatest of Magnifi's illusions were true art. As such, they are well protected by this document. Only its bearer may perform his illusions on stage. Sounds like a pretty important thing to have if you're his disciple. As the rightful heir to his art, I too wanted a rightful heir. Rightful? I'm sure you know who I chose as my successor. Your daughter. That's why I have risked all to come here tonight. Russell? Sir. Here you go. What's this? A letter passing the rights I have inherited to Trucy. I would have you sign here as a witness. But I'm not a lawyer anymore. And you need a public notary besides. I may not look it, but I'm a certified notary. You are? By day I wear notary's glasses and hunt for news. Also by day I wear reporter's glasses and notarize. When I take off the glasses, I can't see very well. Your signature, please. This is the first reason I have come here tonight. Oh, so this is what the pink envelope was that we've had in our care. Okay, nice. I finally figured it out. Now I know why you come out of hiding only now. It's been 7 years, you said. Precisely. So he's now legally considered dead. The law that covers your situation. After 7 years, missing persons are considered to be legally deceased. So if someone was to vanish from the face of the earth 7 years ago, they would lose all rights as a living person after 7 years from that day. Not to mention all of their possessions. Exactly. Which is why I'm here. I risk showing my face in public for the sake of this document. Before my 7 years are up, you might say, I am securing my daughter's inheritance. But do you really need this document? Wouldn't Tracy inherit your estate automatically? Not in this case, I'm afraid. In this case? Yes, I received the performance rights from Magnifi, however this was done in secret without witnesses. Before he died, 2 potential successors to his repertoire were named. Myself and Valant. Not Trucy. I see. So you do need this document. I've known Brotto since before I banished. He is a man I trust. Now only 3 know of my rebirth. I took the liberty of looking into Trucy's background and found you had no other close kin. It is as you say. Okay. I was kind of hoping he'd say something about the mother at this point. I know everyone else, but Trucy's mother is a mystery. Okay. What's the time? 2 hours 57. Okay, I'm just going to go to the intermission here for a moment. Because I'm just going to go open Minecraft because I want to right now get my goodbye to the old world out of the way. So if you just give me a moment to set everything back up for that. I'll see you in a moment. Okay, sorry chat, I just really needed to take my mask off. Oh fuck, no, I'm actually... Stop loading Java Edition, that's not what I wanted. And I'm just going to get a song on. There we go. Now make sure I open Minecraft for Windows. Yes, I'm okay. Why wouldn't I be okay? Fuck's sake, why has it got that bloody bit there? Go away. There you go, okay. Now I'd just like to get into the game and fucking finish it. Okay, so I'm just going to change my skin for this quickly. Please tell me I have it saved still. There we go. Okay, good, that's it. Okay. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Oh, I've still got a totem. Actually, you know what? I feel like it's symbolic to be holding this. So, I want to be able to start this in a proper way because I want to put it on. I want to just upload this as a bit to YouTube. Hello everyone. God, okay, share squeak while I'm doing that. Hello everyone, welcome back for the last time to this Minecraft world. I started it on January the 7th, I believe, of this year. And today, I'm finishing it. So I just wanted to go through everything quickly, I guess. First of all, Jerry, hello. It has been too long since we fed you. Hold on, let me get some seeds. There you go. You? God, you know what? You can... You're in charge now that I'm leaving. Yeah, this world, I've played on it for a long time. We have a house. It's quite a nice house, actually. You know? Apart from that there. Got a floor made of crafting tables, thanks to the wonderful suggestions of chatters. Got all sorts of stuff. And oh, we even have prisoners in the basement. Never finished the basement properly. You two? Go on, you can be free too, I guess. Okay. Stockholm Syndrome, I guess. Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't really have much impressive gear to show at the moment because I lost most of my stuff to various caving accidents recently. We have some evil capitalist cows that we keep locked up here. That's still Jerry. And you know, I had a lot of fun on this world. We had my first ever Ender Dragon fight. And then the perfectly timed death straight after it. And I never did find the oh Jesus Christ. Okay, well, and we've been taken perfectly to a different place. This is the garden of our last major build on the world. Well, our first major build actually, but it ended up being one of the only ones we really finished. The Lavenham Guildhall, part of a project I had been planning to do of building a whole load of model houses I own in Minecraft. But after this one, after this one and then this one, which is the pub from Coronation Street, I kind of lost motivation with the whole project for a while. That's when I think the death of this world became inevitable. So we built those, then I took a break, then I built this, which is not based on any of the models I own. Then we tried building a barn, but got distracted. Oh no, and that barn, actually, I was going to say it was before, but it was actually after we got our horsey friend here, who is called Georgeax. It's like George and Jax put together. We found him while we were going out to find one of the new mangrove forests that generated with the 1.19 update, so we could build the barn actually. And there's a skeleton shooting at us, great. We can take refuge here in the never to be finished Thaxted Guildhall, which was going to be the next big project. But while building it yesterday I realised I just didn't care for this world anymore. And doing this tour I've realised there really wasn't that much that I ever did on this world, was there? Chat, can you think of anything else to show off here? Jerry's previous form? No, we don't. Okay. That's... No, I'm not going to be bringing that up. We don't need to acknowledge things like that. You know, out of respect for Jerry. Although, since you mention it, we should go over to where we found Jerry for the first time. Which was somewhere over here, I believe. Oh my god, I never even got a elytra after beating the dragon. My god. Yeah, no, this world is definitely ended for now. And here it was, the cave where we found Jerry. Hey pig, Technopig. Never fixed your texture either. It's symbolic? You know, I suppose it is. Oh fuck, did I not have the totem in my hand when I went through that portal? You know, yeah, this is where we found Jerry, and unless there's anything else... this is where we'll be ending this world. Oh, I fucking got it. Just says Steve because I'm not signed into my account properly. Anyway, see you all in Bagscraft Season 2. Which I guess I will just... Today I have planned to announce some of the mods that are going to be there, which will include roughly enough items, a UI mod, which is going to... It's like that thing you see in a lot of mod packs where it has a list of every block in the game at the side and how to craft it. And I'm going to have camera utilities, where I have the fancy over-the-shoulder camera, and I detach my head from my body. And shulker box tooltips, so I'll be able to see what's inside shulker boxes inside my inventory without needing to place them. That's all the ones I've got planned to release today. And yeah, that's it, really. God, I'm so excited for my new mod pack, for my new modded world. I've actually got stuff planned for it. Anyway, I don't think there's anything else for today. So I will be finishing up for the night. It's not the night, it's 4 PM. Goodbye everyone, I guess. See you all tomorrow. And what day is it tomorrow? It's Monday. Oh, I'm back in college tomorrow. Oh, hold on! It's also the last day of October, so I have the last couple of random horror games that I got from itch.io to play. See you then.